This is your first time here. New room, new consultant. A treatment you've researched for weeks, but never actually gotten. You sit down, there's small talk. Then the consultant slides a printed estimate across the desk. One number, circled, right at the bottom. You nod. That's the price. You book it. Weeks pass, and then the actual invoice arrives. It's not the number you remember agreeing to. So, what exactly happened in between? Here's why that matters. Before you've even booked your first treatment, that very first quote is the number your entire decision gets built on. It's what you say yes to. But if that number isn't the number you actually end up paying, you're not really deciding with information. You're deciding on someone else's guess. Most first-time patients assume the quoted number is close to final. Maybe there's some rounding, maybe a small buffer built in. It feels like a complete number because it's presented as one. But in plenty of cases, that number is just one piece of the total. The practitioner's fee, nothing else. Not the room, not the equipment, just the time and skill of the person doing the treatment. So, before you book anything, here's the first question worth asking out loud in the room. Does this number cover the whole treatment or just your practitioner's time? It's a simple question. So what else could be missing from that first number? One widely cited cost breakdown separates a full treatment price into 3 distinct parts. The practitioner's fee, a separate facility fee for the room and the equipment, and if sedation or anesthesia is involved, a separate fee for that too. But here's the thing, those last 2 pieces rarely show up on the number you're handed at a first consultation. They exist, they're real costs, they're just not always part of the first conversation. So the gap between quote and invoice often isn't a mistake or a bait and switch. It's just costs that get itemized later instead of upfront. Which brings us to question 2. Are the facility fee and any sedation fee already included in this number, or will they be billed separately later? Write that one down before your consultation. It's worth having the exact wording ready. Now, once you know to ask about facility and sedation fees, it's tempting to think you've found the whole gap. But some patients also report costs tied to what comes after the treatment itself. Follow-up check-ins, adjustments, sometimes touch-ups. Not every clinic includes every one of those visits in the original price. So, the real question isn't only what's written on the quote in front of you. It's how many total visits this treatment actually involves, and which ones are already covered. Question 3. How many follow-up visits are included in this price, and what happens once that number runs out? Put those 3 questions together, and you get something most first quotes don't hand you up front. The real anatomy of a complete price, the practitioner's fee, the facility fee, the sedation fee, if it applies, and your follow-up visits, 4 potential pieces. So, back to that invoice that didn't match the number you remembered. It wasn't a mistake. It was just the rest of the quote, arriving late instead of upfront. Before your first treatment, you don't need to become an expert in how pricing works. You just need 3 questions, asked out loud before you leave that first consultation. Does this number cover the whole treatment? Are the facility and sedation fees already included? And how many follow-up visits come with it? A consultant who can answer all 3 clearly, on the spot, is doing you a favor most first quotes don't. This video is for educational purposes only. Always consult a qualified medical professional before any procedure. If this helped, subscribe to Glow Science so you walk into your next decision more informed.